Hello, lovelies. Welcome back. If you're new, welcome. I'm still new too. This is Chrissy cooking at home. That's what I do. I cook at home. So today we are making a request from Logan, and that is my ham and beef sliders. So I have a 13x9 pan. I'm just going to sprinkle the bottom with some salt and some pepper, and right now I have my stove or my oven preheating to 350. I have 1 pound of ground beef. I prefer leaner than this, but this is what I got because it was on sale. This is 80/20, so this is going to shrink up quite a bit, but you just want to press it. I should have pulled this out sooner. Got a little warmer, but I was crocheting a project for my sister. I am crocheting pumpkins with Mickey Mouse ears. I am not happy with how one of the pumpkins turned out. I'm doing a small, medium, large. The medium just looks awful, awful. So I'm redoing it because it's completely finished, and to undo it would be an absolute pain in the you-know-what. So, if you do what I usually do, which is 90/10, it still is going to shrink, but you want it to shrink to the size of Hawaiian rolls. And you're going to need about ½ a pound of deli ham, some kind of deli ham, either straight from the deli slicer or prepackaged, doesn't matter. And then you're going to need some Swiss cheese. I do not remember how much Swiss. We'll figure that out together. You just want enough Swiss cheese to cover your meats. Then we're going to make a delectable sauce to go on top before you bake it off. And we'll do that together. I got to pull out my special cookbook because I don't remember exactly what goes into the sauce that we brushed on the tops of the Hawaiian rolls. Getting there. I have much to do today. Doctor's appointment. New doctor. I hate new doctors. Starting from scratch. But what do you do when your doctor retires? Get a new one. It's in the same office. It's just a person I've never dealt with before. And I don't know if he's familiar with my neurological condition at all. It's a primary doctor. It's not a new neurologist. I still have all 3 of those. All right. Pressed in there. Now, since it's pretty thin, it's going to cook pretty fast. I'd say it's going to cook in about 20 minutes. I need to pull out my book again, but salt and pepper at the top. That way both sides of your meat are seasoned. That's why we did the bottom. This is just regular table salt and regular pre-ground black pepper powder. And in the oven we go. I'll bring you back. Okay, meat's still cooking. It's got to rest when it comes out to kind of reabsorb the juices. It's going to leak. But I'm going to get everything else prepped and ready to go for after it cools a bit. So in this bowl, I have 1 stick, a whole stick, or ½ a cup of butter melted. I found my cookbook. And I say to use 1 tablespoon packed brown sugar. In the butter it goes. Then we're going to do 2 tablespoons of what's its face sauce, Worcestershire. And then we're going to do 3 tablespoons yellow mustard. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Get all that goodness in there. Okay. Then we're going to do half a tablespoon of dried onion, minced dried onion. Now I have my home dried onion. The store-bought works just fine. That doesn't look like enough. I think because mine's bigger. So I'm going to do another. So anywhere from a half to a whole tablespoon of dried minced onion. This is onion. I had surplus of onion from Sam's Club and decided to try out the dehydration function on my oven. It looks great. You're going to whisk that together. You're going to get the really ugly looking colored sauce. It's really ugly looking. Oh, lighting's not good today. Alright. Here's the sauce. Doesn't look that ugly on the camera at the moment. But trust me, it is not a pretty color. Okay, so our sauce is done. I have a pastry brush to brush. I'll set that aside. No, not that. That goes up there. All right. Into the sink for the dishwasher. Put that over there. Okay, I have this baking pan. It's an 11.5 by 8 by 2. But this works in a 13 by 9 by 2 too. So if that's what you have, that's what you have. And then I have the King's Hawaiian Savory Butter Rolls. You can use traditional. These just happen to be available. We've not used the savory butter rolls before. I figure, why not? If that's all they had, that's all they had. I had to go to 3 stores to just get these. Alright, so while it is in one big hunk, try your best to evenly cut in half down. I'm not doing a good job. Okay. First one doesn't look bad. Usually, I can just slice right down it, but just not today. Okay, got down the last 2. There. All right, so then I like to pull apart where it naturally pulls apart and lay in the baking dish. But you know what I forgot to do? Spray with no stick spray. I'm telling you, my brain is suffering right now. At least I caught it now, right? Okay. Put them back in. Ooh, my leg almost gave out. Okay, now our ham. I was able to get ham on sale. This is Virginia ham. It's a big ham. See how I folded it? Plop it. Plop it on top of each. She cut this a little thicker than I said. That's okay. We'll make it work, right? Not liking how this is going. Oh well, just gotta deal with it, right? So fold it in half, fold it in half again, make a little triangle. I put one triangle on top of each roll, and since it was cut so thick, I am one slice short. So here's what we're gonna do. Tear it in half and just fold it in half. I kind of want to do that for all of them. Okay, can do change. These are just so thick, and I usually get, you know, really thin sliced ham. I get a whole pound so that way Logan can have sandwiches, and the other half I use for this. But these are just cut so thick. Okay, the oven timer is about to go off. Side. Okay, so we have our rolls, we have our ham, we have our sauce done up, we have our, I have cheese. Came to about 4 ounces, but it is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 6 slices, I believe. I'm not counting wrong. That should be fine. Looks about right. See how much it shrunk? So now what we're going to do is we're going to let it rest for 10 minutes, and then I'm going to put it on a cutting board and cut it into 12 pieces, because that's how many rolls we have here in one package of King's Hawaiian. I usually get the Aldi brand, but they were completely out. I went to a different store, they were completely out. Went to a third store, they had some, but they had these savory butter ones. Okay, so we got everything ready. The cheese is going to go on top of the beef, then the top on buns, and then we brush the sauce on, and what we have left over we just pour on, but we want to make sure we brush it real good. Okay, bring you back in a few minutes. Okay, my leg keeps giving out, so we have my walker here. Okay, I just want the meat cool enough to be able to handle. I'm going to cut it into 12, right? another pan. We're just going to place these little burger patties on top of our folded ham. I don't know how long I've been doing this way. Not very long. Then do the same for the dishwasher. Okay, now we just have our cheese. We're not going to fold it, we're not going to cut it, we're just going to place it on top. And voila. We're going to kind of guesstimate where their bottom bun is. You can kind of see through the holes of the Swiss to see where your buns are going. He's a little one. All right. And that's that. So I'm going to squish it down a little bit. Forgot to grab the foil. Be right back. Okay. I'm going to give our sauce topping another little stir. Make sure I coat the top of each bun. Now it's a lot of sauce because you're going to pour the rest of it just over top. You want to make sure each bun gets the top nice and evenly smeared on there. Now, this is such an easy recipe. You can easily double it, make 2 pans if you have a large family, if you're having people over and you want to do this. I don't know why I just did that. Okay, so I did each bun. Look at all that sauce left, okay? This is going to permeate the cheese and the meats and the bottom buns. And with the butter in there, it's going to make the bottom bun and the top buns a little crispy and not soggy at all. We've never had them be soggy. I was worried the first time I did this. I looked at many slider recipes and came up with this concoction. Come on. Okay. That's not good. Okay. So I'm going to pop this in the oven. And my directions that I wrote down, 350. Bake for 10 minutes. Remove foil. Bake for another 10. Then it's ready. I'll bring you back. Okay, they are done. So I thought I'd bring you back, show you. Melty, cheesy, meaty. Ta-da! That's doesn't that look yummies? It's so yummies. I haven't tried any other variation of this because this is what we like, so I'm sticking with it. So, till next time.